Alright, hello everyone, and let's have another daily video today, 11th of January. Now today, well actually in the US, Yellen will be talking, so we have to be really careful and we've got to be mindful about the trades we're putting in today. Now yesterday we were along with the dollar franc, and I did mention there's some levels up there. It hit one of the levels, there's another level up here the market can still reach, and that's still eyed up, and you can see the market pull back to a nice support level, in fact slightly lower just there. We can now get rid of this. Let's get rid of some of the lines, make it look nice and clean. Okay, here we go. That's our chart for today on the dollar franc. This is the 1 hour chart. As you can see, we're at a nice support. If the market keeps the support, and it'll be able to push it up all the way here and possibly to these levels up here. As you can see, this is a channel formation here, and we're in the middle of the channel. Up move, pull back to continue to go up. That's our strategy. Let's take a look at the euro dollar, because that's going to be kind of the other way around. And here we have exactly that. Let's just take a look at this. Now this is also a 1 hour chart. The market came all the way down here, which is what we were expecting yesterday. Now it has a bit of a bounce off. Now what might happen with the euro dollar is this. Let me just make this a daily and show you what I mean. There we go. Okay. Here's a trend line from the bottom to the next one up. Okay, so there's a trend line here, as you can see. Let's bring it out in the 4 hour chart. It'll be a bit more clear for us. There we go. From here to here, as you can see, that breakdown we have. Now the market might just slightly go up and then come back down again here. Alright, so we might continue to see the euro dollar further down today. In fact, we have a level around 1.05, which is around there. As you can see, that's going to be there. So 1.05, 1.0480 region is a target for a start, and if it breaks even beyond that, we've got 1.04. What do we have? 0.0440 region there. So still, it has some potential. This might happen over the course of the speech of Yellen, and then we'll see how that goes. All right, so be mindful when that news is coming out. Pound dollar. Here we go, daily chart here. Let's turn that into a 4 hour chart and see where we're heading. There we go there. Here's a 4 hour chart on the pound dollar. Now yesterday I mentioned this level of support. The market still didn't reach there. It still has an opportunity to come down there. What we can do now is actually make things a little tighter. And yeah, that's the okay. As you can see, this is the support area here. So the market still has a potential to come down to about 2085, and then have some real good support at that level, which is it's not a bad place at all, considering it picked up there before twice. So this 2085 might be the level the market is eyeing up. We might actually even come to this level during the course of next week in order to bounce up and start a new up moving trend with the pound dollar. We'll see how that goes. It's a 4 hour chart today, and what you're looking at on a 4 hour chart today is this channel. The market is going to be around here. Any break off this level here, we'll see it down at 2085. So this is going to be a support zone here, resistance zone here. If it brings its head up, it'll be good to short to bring it down to here and then here. If it breaks down straight away on the pullback, I think it's good to go down as well. Dollar Canadian, we were in a triangle yesterday. As you can see, this tight triangle is still remaining there, and the market didn't break this resistance level I did note yesterday. This is why I had the arrow here. Now we'll have to make a bit of an adjustment. It's going to be that plus, well, we'll just make it like this, that. So as you can see, this is where the dollar Canadian is still. This is a down, huge down move. Okay, on behalf of the dollar Canadian, there are still some levels down here, so the market still has some opportunity to push it down. But if you're long with the dollar Canadian, if you bought around the support level here, hopefully you covered yourself with some profit. But if you haven't, I wouldn't keep the stop too far out, just possibly below this level here. okay, low of the week, because if it breaks up, I think it has potential to pull back quite nicely to around this level here, and maybe even slightly higher, as you can see this level here. So you might see it back at 33.35, 33.85 region if it does break above this resistance level here. Beyond that though, if you're in a long trade here from the bottom regions like we've been talking about, hopefully you took some profit, and hopefully it'll break above and continue. But if it does break down, you shouldn't have a loss. Just keep your stop tight on that. You get partial profit. Aussie dollar, let's take a look at that. Nice breakout here. I think this is now the beginning of a new nice trend. What we might see, what I think we're going to see with the Aussie dollar is simply this. Now this double bottom was really like phenomenal. I think it's a nice little, as you can see from there, going up and a breakout. So what we'll see possibly with the Aussie dollar is that classic situation where the market will short it, bring it to a nice support level, possibly around here along this red line here, and it'll probably be somewhere, yeah, somewhere in this zone from there to, I'd say there. Okay, so it'll probably pull back to around this level, and once it does that, I think what we might start looking at with the Aussie dollar is the inclination to start an uptrend. So it would be worthwhile in a pullback, I think, to start thinking about going long on that. Dollar yen, here we go with the dollar yen. Dollar yen, I did mention we'll be buying at the support levels, and the market did that. I think the market's now going a bit sideways in order to kind of stabilize itself before Yellen talks. So we're going to have to wait for Yellen to talk. Let's clear out some of the lines we have here. Okay, and this is the situation on the dollar yen. So there you go. If you bought on the support, that's fine. You probably covered yourself with a bit of profit because the market did move nicely. This area here is still good to be touched, and even continuing to go up with a long, continue to do that uptrend. We'll have to wait and see what Yellen says first before the market decides. So we'll have to hang on tight for that. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, I did say if it broke above this triangle here, it had nice levels up here. As you can see, it has reached those levels. That area is still a target. If it pops its head up there, I think it's a nice sell area. So yesterday all you had to do was either follow it up for a long if it broke up. If it broke down, follow it short, and it just nicely broke upwards, reached our first target nice and easy, second target along the way. So if it does pop its head up, just make sure you cover yourself nicely, because I think a short might come with Yellen talking. Brent, there we go, that short still continues. Now what to do with oil is probably set up for a long, I think, but let's take a look at the daily first, and let's do this. Here's our situation. So this is the daily. Oil never made that 60 mark, just went as far as 58.30, but now that it's broken down from this channel on daily, I think we'll have a pullback, and when it pulls back, I think we can carry on selling that and follow that now new downtrend. If I pull that to a 4-hour chart here and draw the trend lines, that's going to be a resistance area there. Is it that one? It's this one. Okay. That's going to be this resistance area here. So if it pops its head up, I think this range here is good to sell, to follow it short. But I'd be following, if you're trading oil, just follow the news, because there are some news coming out every now and then about this production, and this is really affecting the news. So if you're trading oil, be mindful, and you really need to follow up with the market. Alright, let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Now, yesterday I said if it broke down here, then you'd be looking at shorting it, and it looks like that's what the market did yesterday. So now we've got a target all the way down here. I'd say around what level? 19,687. Okay, so that's where the market is heading right now for that support area there. So I think we've got room to come down to there. DAX, I think same kind of scenario. Nice little bounce here, but as you can see, it doesn't have much more breathing space to go up. I think the market's going to just push this down and bring it down to the 11,401 levels around here. So this support area here will possibly break, I'm thinking, and we'll bring it back to 11,400. And that's all for today. Hope this video helps. Have a great day with your trading, and don't forget to follow up the news.